Hello, I'm Sebastian. Welcome to 9 Archery's podcast. Today I will summarize and review the book, One Word That Will Change Your Life. Expanded edition by John Gordon invites readers to replace scattered goals with a single, steady, guiding principle. Instead of chasing dozens of resolutions, the book proposes choosing one word that captures the kind of person you want to become and the direction you want your days to take. Gordon, known for practical mindset and leadership writing, frames the one-word idea as a simple tool for clarity, focus, and sustained change. The expanded edition emphasizes why this approach works. When willpower fades, a well-chosen word becomes a filter for decisions, relationships, habits, and priorities. The book blends personal development with everyday application, showing how individuals, families, teams, and organizations can adopt a shared word to strengthen culture and alignment. It is designed for readers who want a repeatable annual practice, a memorable framework, and a positive alternative to rigid goal setting that often leads to burnout or guilt. I will give you key takeaways from this book. Firstly, why one word works better than typical resolutions. The core idea is that a single word can outperform complex goal lists because it creates a clear identity anchor. Many resolutions fail not due to bad intentions, but because they compete for attention, rely on short bursts of motivation, and do not provide a simple decision rule when life gets busy. A word is easy to remember, easy to repeat, and easy to repeat, and easy to repeat, and easy to use in the moment. It functions like a personal compass. When choices arise, you ask whether an option aligns with the word. This reduces decision fatigue and helps you stay consistent across different areas of life, from health to work to relationships. The approach also supports long-term change because it focuses on direction and character rather than only outcomes. You can measure progress by noticing whether your actions reflect the word more often over time. The expanded edition theme encourages readers to see the word as a year-long practice that shapes habits, attitudes, and conversations. By narrowing focus, you gain momentum, and by gaining momentum, you build confidence to keep improving even when circumstances shift. Secondly, choosing the right word through reflection and honesty. Selecting a meaningful word requires more than picking something that sounds inspiring. The method emphasizes reflection on your current reality, your recurring patterns, and the gap between who you are and who you want to be. Readers are encouraged to look at key domains such as physical energy, emotional patterns, spiritual or values alignment, relationships, and professional purpose. A strong word is both aspirational and practical. It stretches you, but it also points to daily behaviors. For example, a word like disciplined suggests specific choices about routines, boundaries, and follow-through, while a word like present points to attention, listening, and reduced distraction. The book also highlights the importance of ownership. The word should resonate personally rather than being selected to impress others. In many cases, the best word addresses a persistent challenge, such as fear, inconsistency, negativity, or overcommitment. When the word names the real issue, it becomes a constructive prompt rather than a vague slogan. This section of the concept supports readers in choosing a word that can guide decisions throughout the year and remain relevant across changing circumstances. Thirdly, turning the word into daily habits and behavioral commitments. A word changes life only when it becomes actionable. The book's practical value lies in translating the word into behaviors, routines, and simple commitments that can be repeated. Readers can define what the word looks like at home, at work, and in private moments. This may include habit triggers, such as writing the word where it is visible, setting reminders, or attaching it to an existing routine like a morning review. The word can guide planning by shaping weekly priorities and by helping you say no to activities that dilute your focus. It can also guide self-talk by offering a quick reset when stress rises. Instead of spiraling into frustration, you return to the word and choose the next best step. Another application is journaling, or a brief evening check-in that asks how well the day aligned with the word. Over time, these small practices convert an abstract intention into measurable behavior. The word becomes a stable framework for personal growth. It is not a rigid rulebook, but a consistent standard. This helps build integrity because you are repeatedly practicing the same theme until it becomes part of your identity. Fourthly, using one word to strengthen relationships and culture. The concept extends beyond individuals to families, teams, and organizations. A shared word can create alignment by making values concrete and memorable. In families, a collective word can shape expectations about how members communicate and support one another, offering a neutral reference point during conflict or decision-making. In workplaces and teams, one word can simplify culture building by clarifying the desired mindset and behaviors. Rather than relying on long value statements that few people recall, a word can become a repeatable standard in meetings, hiring, feedback, and celebrations. It also supports accountability in a positive way. When a group agrees on a word, members can ask whether actions are consistent with it, making corrections feel less personal and more mission-focused. The book frames this as a way to build unity and resilience. During stressful periods, the shared word offers a common language that helps people refocus and keep moving. This topic highlights how the simplicity of the framework makes it scalable. A single word is easy to communicate, and its meaning can be reinforced through stories, rituals, and consistent leadership attention. Lastly, staying consistent through challenges and measuring progress. A year is long enough for enthusiasm to fade, so the approach includes ways to sustain commitment. The one word serves as a reset button when setbacks occur. Instead of interpreting a mistake as failure, you return to the word and take a corrective step. This reduces all or nothing thinking that often derails improvement efforts. Progress can be tracked by collecting small evidence, choices made, habits maintained, moments handled differently, and relationships improved. The book's emphasis is on direction, not perfection. Readers can also refine their understanding of the word as the year unfolds, discovering deeper applications they did not anticipate. Another consistency strategy is to build community around the word, such as sharing it with friends, colleagues, or family members who can encourage follow-through. Visual cues, periodic reviews, and intentional planning around the word help maintain focus. Over time, the word becomes less of a goal and more of a lens that shapes your identity and decision-making. By using the word as a steady reference point, readers can navigate changing circumstances without losing their core intention, making personal growth more sustainable than temporary bursts of motivation. In conclusion, this book fits readers who want meaningful change without an overwhelming system. It is especially useful for people who have tried traditional resolutions, goal lists, or complex productivity plans and found that motivation drops after a few weeks. Leaders, coaches, parents, and anyone responsible for shaping culture can also benefit because the one-word framework is easy to share and repeat with a team or family. The practical life benefit comes from clarity. A well-chosen word can cut through noise, reduce indecision, and strengthen consistency by giving you a simple standard for what to do next. It can also improve relationships by guiding communication and helping you respond with intention instead of impulse. Compared to similar personal development books, the advantage is simplicity and durability. Many books provide extensive frameworks that require constant tracking. This approach is memorable, low friction, and flexible across life seasons. The expanded edition angle reinforces that the method is not a one-time gimmick, but a repeatable practice that can be revisited each year. If you want a tool that is easy to implement, easy to remember, and powerful enough to shape daily choices, this is worth buying and applying. If you would like to support John Gordon, you can buy the book through the Amazon link I've provided in the podcast description. After reading the book, please let me know what you think and share your thoughts. See you around.